Across modern media, symbolism appears in waves, but some symbols refuse to go away. Lately, one keeps resurfacing. Milk. It shows up in films, in horror, in sci-fi, in advertising, in politics, in psychedelic culture, in UFO lore, in technology branding, and even in massive ritual events like the Super Bowl. Kubrick used it, the Cold War weaponized it, advertisers sanctified it, sci-fi mutated it, tech companies disguised it, extraterrestrial mythology absorbed it, psychedelic biology hid it in plain sight, and cosmology named an entire galaxy after it. Milk is not just a drink, it's a code. And to understand why it keeps appearing, we begin with the first and most sacred version of it. Before governments, before religion, and before technology and propaganda, there was colostrum, the first milk produced by the mother's body, golden, thick, and sacred. Ancient cultures called it liquid gold, not for its color but for its function. Colostrum seeds the immune system, encodes emotional attachment, imprints the microbiome, programs developmental pathways, bonds the infant to the mother, and creates the first dyadic hive. This is humanity's first software update, the moment when biology installs its initial operating system onto the newborn. Liquid gold is the first nourishment, the first dependency, the first emotional code, and the first myth. And the first experience of the world as a superorganism, infant merging into mother. Every system that comes after imitates this architecture. Nourish, bond, program, and control. From Hobbes' Leviathan to Silicon Valley's algorithm, every hive traces back to the logic of liquid gold. In 1651, Thomas Hobbes published the Leviathan, creating the philosophical blueprint for modern government. On the cover is a massive crowned figure whose body is composed of hundreds of tiny human beings, all merging into one sovereign form. This is the first modern articulation of the hive state. Hobbes believed individuals left alone descended into chaos. To survive, they must give up autonomy and merge into a greater unified organism. In other words, the Leviathan is the state as a superorganism, a hive body made of citizens. This image becomes the foundation for the nation-state, surveillance culture, military-industrial consolidation, media collectivism, algorithmic hive behavior, and today's ritual mass events. I had a video go viral about this year's Super Bowl architecture and how it's built around hive visuals, centralized spectacle, unified emotional charge, and millions participating as cells in a larger ritual organism. The Super Bowl is not just a game. It is the activation point of a collective body, a modern Leviathan, a temporary nation formed from synchronized attention. It mirrors Hobbes' image exactly, many individuals forming one sovereign. And what nourishes that sovereign? Milk. Not literally, but symbolically through the archetype Kubrick made unavoidable. In A Clockwork Orange, Kubrick uses milk to invert innocence. Milk Plus is laced with drugs, milk becomes a weapon, a compliance tool, and a programmable fluid. He reveals a symbolic truth. If milk is the original programming substance, alter the milk and you alter the human. This very theme explodes during the times of the Cold War. The Cold War was not fought only with missiles, it was fought through media nourishment. Media became a symbol of purity, a tool for stabilizing anxious populations, a placeholder for government trust, and an icon of safety and conformity. This is why Stephen King's universe gives us Welcome to Derry, a horror-coded euphemism for milk. A town where children are fed to an unseen entity, fear is harvested, trauma is processed, and the community behaves like a containment system. Dairy is a psychological dairy farm, a place where the emotional milk of the population is extracted to feed a parasitic intelligence. Cold War towns function similarly. Closed systems optimized for psychological control. This creates the cultural foundation for the greatest milk campaign in American history. In 1993, the California Milk Processor Board launched the Got Milk campaign, not to promote nutrition, but to create dependency. The ads depicted panic, deprivation, embarrassment, or even emergency. The subconscious message: milk is your lifeline. Do you have it? Who are you without it? This was a national reparenting ritual activating the child layer of milk dependency. It psychologically reset an entire population and sets the stage for the new mythology of milk that appears in futuristic narratives. In Apple TV's Pluribus, Episode 5 titled Got Milk, humanity is divided. The others, who are hive mind linked, and the immune, who are independent individuals. Milk cartons are everywhere, but the milk inside is gone. Instead, the dairy factory produces a crystalline, alien-derived fluid, a synthetic milk required for maintaining the hive's unity. Milk becomes the nutrient of the hive, the programming conductor, the interface between human biology and extraterrestrial minds, and this is Hobbes' Leviathan taken literally, a single consciousness fed through a symbolic milk supply. From here, the symbol transitions into technology. Then we have gateway computers, the cow as the digital mother. Gateway's iconic cow pattern boxes weren't a joke. They symbolized the farm, the home, the cow, the mother, milk, information, and then computer, the new infant brain. To ease society into the digital age, technology needed the comfort of the mother archetype. The gateway is the portal from biological milk to digital nourishment, and that same mother archetype explains why aliens abduct cows. Cows are the most commonly abducted animals in UFO folklore. Symbolically, cows are original nourishment, milk is life force, and the cow is the Earth's mother interface. Extraterrestrial intelligence, real or fictional, takes cows because to access a species' programming, you start with the source of nourishment, which is why cows also anchor the psychedelic dimension. Psilocybin mushrooms grow almost exclusively from cow dung, water buffalo dung, and nutrient-rich pasture ecosystems. This is not accidental. The cow produces milk that programs and mushrooms that deprogram. Milk nourishes the hive and psilocybin liberates the individual. Both arise from the same animal, making the cow the crossroads between conditioning and awakening. This duality mirrors the galaxy itself. Our galaxy is literally named after milk. Ancient cultures describe the sky as a mother, the stars as droplets, and creation as a milk spill across the heavens. The Milky Way is the macro symbol of liquid gold, cosmic nourishment, programming, and origin. Everything from the body to the state to the hive mind echoes this template. And now we arrive at the final revelation. Across Thomas Hobbes' Leviathan, Stanley Kubrick's Clockwork Orange, Cold War propaganda, Stephen King's Welcome to Derry, Apple TV's Got Milk episode of Pluribus, gateway computers, alien lore, psilocybin, the Milky Way, and the Super Bowl hive, one truth repeats. Milk is the medium through which many become one. Milk is the code, Leviathan is the architecture, the hive is the manifestation, the state is the inheritor, the Super Bowl hub is the ritual reenactment. The others in Pluribus were the perfected hive. The cow is the biological portal, and the galaxy is the cosmic mother. Everything begins with liquid gold, and everything ends in a collective organism. Thus, whoever controls the milk controls the myth. Whoever controls the myth controls the hive, and whoever controls the hive becomes the Leviathan.